soul. I wanna say it again. I'm so glad Jesus died for me. It was out on Calvary. He paid the price just for me, so that my soul would be set free. Jesus came unto this world when he already knew he would surely die. Still he made the sacrifice when he hung on the cross and he gave up his life. So glad Jesus died for me. He was out on Calvary. He paid the price just for me, so that my soul. Let me tell you the story. Look at it. From the 6th to the 9th hour, he laid his head in the locks of his shoulders. If he hadn't died, tell me where would I be? I'm glad he did it just for me. So glad Jesus died for me. He did it out on Calvary. He paid the price just for me, so that my soul. This is what those mean soldiers did. Look at here. They took my Savior to Golgotha's hill. The Romans took him there to be killed. When they took his life, they knew not what they do. The blood he shed was a blessing for me and you. Hey, it was out on Calvary. He paid the price just for me, so that my soul. If it had not been for Jesus dying out on the cross, can you tell me today, where would I be? My soul would be lost. Let me tell you one more reason why I'm so glad. When I can look around and see everything that God has made, that's enough. God, thank you for just dying for me. I could have been dead, dead and gone, but Jesus, he stayed there, hanging on that cross. He had the power to step down, but he thought about little old me, and he thought about little old you. Can you tell me, is there anybody right now today? Is there anybody